We are beginning our interviews today with Stephen Black. Am I going to say it correctly? Bubico?
Yes, Bubico Food Tour.
Bubico Food Tours. So, talking to me,
Okay.
tell me so I know a little bit about this, but
Okay.
you are traveling the world with a digital flat Stanley sister.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I should introduce augmented reality a
Yes.
little bit.
Yeah, so let's begin. What is
Okay.
AR and what is not AR?
Okay, well, augmented reality is actually a new medium, a new platform. You'll see a lot of one-off devices like Pokemon Go or 19 Crimes Wine, where an individual will have one experience
Right.
with a video or digital information and a bottle or a map or whatever it might
Let's
be.
even back up further. What's the experience that they're having?
Well, in the case of Pokemon Go, they'd search all over, and when they would find a specific location, a little character would pop up and they would collect points.
Okay.
In the case of 19 Crimes Wine, they did a fantastic job. When you downloaded the app and pointed it at the wine bottle, there was a character on the label. When you pointed the app at the label, it started to speak to you and told a little story about themselves.
Okay.
They did it in a very interesting way. Instead of talking about the wine, they created these characters. It actually involves Australian history, and it is interesting. I'm jealous of them. They did a great job.
So to break it down even further, and then I'll let you keep going, you could look into your phone,
tablet, or eventually
tablet,
glasses.
and what you see is the environment that you'd see with the naked eye.
Correct.
But in addition, in the AR experience,
Correct.
you're seeing a new character show up in that same physical environment, seemingly.
Yes and no. Actually, you're seeing digital information. So
Right.
It could be text, it could be graphics,
Okay.
it could be an audio file. Bose, the speaker company, have made glasses that incorporate audio AR.
Yeah.
It could be a live video feed. It could be a live data feed. Any digital information that you can imagine can be attached to a target.
You know, in your case, your digital information looks like someone.
Correct. Correct.
So talk about the
Okay,
world
so
tour, the food tour.
our pitch has always been, or our goal has always been, to be the Pixar of AR, which sounds grandiose, but it communicates very well
And
in,
it
a short,
rhymes.
in a short period of time.
Okay.
So we cannot do software on our budget right now.
Right.
But what we can do is create stories. We can create a character. So in the beginning, 3 years ago, we were walking around with a little paper doll.
So it really was Flat Stanley.
It was.
Okay.
People would say that. So eventually we were lucky to partner with a company called NovaBee, who does 3D modeling, and we've worked something out, and now we have a 3D version of Bubico.
So let's take a look.
Sure,
We've got 10 minutes.
And I should be clear, this is our character created by NovaBee, but the software that we're using is called Facebook Spark. It's a free app. If anybody's working in 3D, they should really take a look at it.
So in this you are doing, not only is this happening with this app, but this app and you are happening around the world.
I've been around the world talking to people, giving workshops.
But the food tour, am I right?
Well, we call it that because it's something that's easy to describe. Basically,
so every time you go out to eat in a restaurant, you say we're on the food tour?
Well, if you look at our Instagram, Bubico has an Instagram account, and it's Bubico Food Tour at Instagram. So I'm going to take this from scratch. Again, this is the Facebook Spark app.
Gotcha.
And I just click this particular file.
Okay.
And click this, and
wow.
There she is. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
So this is very simple, but eventually she'll be able to walk, to talk, to describe food, depending on the background, for example, the Internet of Things,
Right.
She could even know your name and describe what you're doing.
So literally, I'm seeing my hand, but she.
Well, it's a little unstable.
Okay,
Facebook is doing a great job, but there are some surprises.
Okay, whoops.
But no, try it again. Try it again.
Don't kick her off the screen. So
there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, see, it's for free. I cannot complain. We're just happy to show people Bubico. It's AR is so exciting. For me, that's what's exciting. For video people, for photography people, for producers, it's a frontier.
So how does you talk about?
Sorry.
I don't know what the term would be, ingesting her with the ability to communicate information.
Right.
Is that stuff, would that be content you have to preload, so to speak? Or how? So let's say we're in Italy, we're at Chef Romana's pizzeria, whatever. So you've sat down and you say, now it's time to, what is this character's name?
Bubico.
Bubico, okay.
Right.
So let's get Bubico to test the crust or whatever.
Right.
So then she comes up and all of a sudden she's talking about wheat and leavened dough and yeast.
Correct.
And blah, blah, blah.
Correct.
Where does she get that information?
Well, that's where we have to tie in with the food supplier or the restaurant. So, for example, we would if they provide us with the files, great.
So
now this is where
you go the day before or whatever.
Right.
Or
well,
like
months before. Because what they would have to do is tell us this pizza has this wheat, whatever they want to communicate to the customer. That's why AR will not replace video. We'll just create new markets because you can.
There's a significant pre-production.
Absolutely.
To make it look like that live, real.
Now, yes and no. There are other technologies where there could actually be a human puppet. If you know what motion capture is. Motion capture plus voice.
No, then you could have all the sipping and the tasting. And
Todd, this is what's exciting. There's so many possibilities. It's just budget and your imagination because the technology is enabling so many things.
So for you and your daughter, what does this allowed you to do? What gateways have you?
Well, we get to be interviewed by TIVA. We're here in Washington D.C.
You've spoken in.
I've spoken at MIT. I've spoken at something called the Open Air. I always get goofed up. The Open Augmented. Open augmented reality cloud.
Hopefully you did not introduce yourself there.
No.
Okay.
But that was a talk in Munich, and what they're doing is very important.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to create standards.
Exactly.
Right now,
which I understand we really are in kind of Wild West.
It is. Right now, Amazon has an augmented reality system. Microsoft. 5, 10, 50 different companies, and they all work very well or should work very well individually, but when you try to talk to each other, that's where there might be problems.
But Pokemon's been around for
Pokemon Go, right.
Pokemon, that's been around for a while.
True.
Because you'll have that first time moment of coming across 15 what looks like total strangers, all looking at the phone in a circle. And
Correct.
You're like, what cult is this?
Correct.
What happened here?
Well, that's a great example, but in the case of Pokemon Go, they don't really have any interest in speaking to other groups.
Right.
So that app
really is an isolated universe.
That app is dedicated just to Pokemon Go.
So, but it sets a precedent at least for public awareness.
Exactly.
And engagement. Like
that was always my go-to example. It's being used extensively in medical. It's being used extensively in military. But 19 Crimes, I mentioned that to you. 19 Crimes is a wine company.
Yeah, with a bottle. And
right. So with 19 Crimes, there was a character on the bottle. You'd go to the store, you'd buy it, you take it home, you download the app.
Yeah.
With the app, that character would tell you its story.
Okay.
And 19 Crimes was a small vineyard in Australia. And 19 Crimes refers to the crimes that a British citizen would commit to be exiled to Australia. So they're kind of taking a poke at the British.
Get the good wine. So how do people find this character and find you?
Thank you.
And have you written any books
or
guides and things like this?
Bubico has written an unusual guide to augmented reality, and that's the actual title, Bubico Food Tours, Unusual Guide to Augmented Reality. Okay. That is on sale right now.
Food Tours to Augmented Reality.
Unusual Guide to Augmented Reality. Augmented reality being what it is, and ebooks being what they are, that will be a living book. Okay. Meaning there's changes all the time. Right after the show, before the end of the year, I have to update because it's exploding. There's so much happening. Okay. But also I have on my website a lot of free videos.
What is your website?
www.blacksteps.tv.
Oh, okay. www.blacksteps.tv.
My name is Stephen Black, blacksteps.tv.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a lot of free information. Part of my mission has been to just share the information that I'm learning. Right. So
would you call yourself a...
what would I call it?
I would call yourself a ARMDE. You know what that is?
Not yet.
Augmented Reality Modern Day Evangelist.
There you go.
It's the ARMDE. So
there you go.
You can steal that if you want.
Thank you.
But it's nice to find such passion and curiosity being turned into something that's now accessible and is sort of first generation, knowing the iteration is going to keep growing and manifesting and whatnot.
Well, again, I do have a background in TV, CNN, Fuji TV, and you can see how important video is going to be for augmented reality. It's not going to replace it, it's going to tie in. So.
Well, you're right across the street from
thank you.
TIVA at the
thank
TIVA
you.
booth 300.
TIVA, thank you.
Exactly.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Sayuri.
There you go. So what's your booth number over here? We don't know what it is.
I don't even know. 300. Okay. Look for TIVA.
Look for TIVA, and you did.
Stop at TIVA. TIVA's doing a great job. Hi, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Brian's a member.
Okay, so Brian's a member. So we just want to say
become a member of TIVA.
Okay. So everyone should come down and become a member of TIVA for one because it's half off. That registration, you can renew at $75. It's really a great bargain. So come down to the video show, the DC Convention Center. Coming up, great new interviews. Tune in, and we will see you soon.
Great.